That was fast. Hey, my beautiful selfish babes. It is your girl, Olanikee here, and I'm bringing you another Selfish Babe, Selfish Talk podcast, okay? If you're new to the Selfish Babe fam, my name is Olanikee Osibowale. I am the owner and CEO of Selfish Babe, which is my personal development and lifestyle brand, okay? Really teaching women how to love themselves, really teaching women how to tap into spiritual self-love, right? Now, spiritual self-love is something that I've been practicing for the past 6 years now and has really helped to elevate my life to the way it is. Yes, I'm a CEO. Yes, I have multiple businesses. I am not that person as of right now that's going to teach you the strategies on how to build a business, but what I can teach you is the internal things that you can do within yourself to help elevate yourself as a woman and really tap into yourself, really tap into your self-knowledge, and really feel and know that you truly love yourself. I want to say hello to all my selfish babes joining. Thank you for joining. This is a live Selfish Babe, Selfish Talk recording, and I'm just now in a phase of life where I want to do things easier for me. And so I'm just like, record the video live, upload it as a podcast, upload it as YouTube. So that's what the fuck we doing, okay? So because this is a podcast, I don't want to go and say hi to too many people, but I love you guys. I love you. I thank you for joining, and I say hello to you all. And I may not engage too much in the comments just because I want to stay on track with what I'm talking about. And so yeah, so if you're new to Selfish Babe, I do have an app called Selfish Babe. If you do not have it on your phone, download it. It is free, and it's going to send you a free daily affirmation as well as a free self-love reminder to your phone, and you can also listen to the podcast that way. And so in today's episode, this is what I was like, what the fuck did I want to talk about? In today's episode, I want to talk about why I announced that I spent $20,000 on my birthday trip to Costa Rica. A few of you, if you have been keeping up with me, you may have seen me post a video and an email that said, hey, I spent $20,000 on my recent trip to Costa Rica. And me announcing that was actually something that I was personally going through. I was trying to push a boundary and trying to open myself up to more wealth and more abundance. And me announcing that publicly was like an exercise for me to do that. And so I'm in just a really great spot in my life. I am 29, and I have really built my other company, Goddess Detox, really up, and has really been able to provide for me and continues to be able to provide for me. And so, you know, when I first started Goddess Detox, I was in grad school. I didn't, I had to look at the price when I went shopping. Let's just say that. I had to look at the price when I went shopping. And I was mindful of funds. There was different points in my time where I didn't have any money and I had to ask friends for money. I always paid them back. But there were those times in my life that I've experienced. And so right now where I'm at, being 29 and being a business owner of Goddess Detox, I don't necessarily have to do those things that I used to have to do, right? I don't necessarily, when I shop, I don't necessarily look at the price tag like the grocery shopping. And I'm telling you all these things because I'm trying to show you guys how much my life has changed and really elevated through the spiritual self-love practices that I've been doing. And so a principle for me in my life is that I came here to be a very wealthy woman. Like, that's just something I know about myself. I know I came here to be rich, wealthy, rich as fuck, and be able to share myself and help women while doing this. That I just know that for a fact. I didn't come here to be broke. I came here to be wealthy as fuck and rich as fuck. And with my money, being able to, yes, help people with that, but primarily so my life is comfortable, so that I am happy, and so I can show up as my best and my fullest self to the women that I do serve. And so this is a knowing that I have. And so when I recorded my trip to Costa Rica, I said in my mind, I need to say that I spent what amount I spent. And the reason I had to say this is because I am pushing through any boundaries that I may have on wealth, on money, on what I can actually receive, right? And so, maybe at one point in life, $1,000 was a lot. And maybe at another point in life, $10,000 was a lot. Then 100,000, then 200,000, and $1 million. You're like, oh, but as you continue to hit different goals, your idea of what is a lot continues to expand because you're able to see it, right? And so I've been expanding myself, and I wanted to push through any wealth blocks that I may personally have about money and about what I can receive and how wealthy I can be. And one of my blocks that I was working through was that I've been learning that it's okay to show money off, right? So I think for me, growing up as, you know, a Black Caribbean woman, and maybe seeing wealth from time to time, sometimes you would hear bad things about people who are wealthy. Like maybe somebody stole from them, maybe somebody robbed them. You know, maybe if you have a nice car in the wrong quote unquote neighborhood, you don't feel safe. And so for me, I didn't necessarily feel safe announcing or showing that I have money or that I'm receiving more abundance, right? And for me, that was a block, because if I continue to have the belief, of it's not safe to have money, that I can't talk about how much money I have, or something bad is gonna happen to me. Like if I continue to have that belief, then that blocks me from having more money. That blocks me from having more abundance. And hey, my beautiful selfish babes, I see you guys. That blocks my abundance. So I'm like pushing through these beliefs, and I'm showing myself spiritually that yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to receive more. My capacity to hold more is greater, right? And so for me, when I made the announcement on Instagram and social media and YouTube, and in an email that said I spent $20,000 on my trip to Costa Rica, that was really me breaking through that block. That was me saying it's okay for me to say how much money I have and be safe. It's okay for me to say how much money I have and deal with whatever judgment comes from other people, because that happens as well. But it was really helping me push through my block. But that is like hidden like spiritual practice, right? None of you guys probably wouldn't, you may have been like, why did she announce that she spent $20,000? Why was her trip so quote unquote expensive? You know, why is she telling people this? Is she bragging during the time of COVID? Like, I know somebody definitely emailed me back saying, oh, what about all the people that are suffering with COVID and blah, blah, blah. And I'm saying, I never said anything about that. I never said that that wasn't an issue in the world or that I wasn't compassionate to it. But just because I'm announcing my personal abundance and what I've been able to achieve to myself does not mean I'm taking away from anybody else. But that is how some people can perceive that. Thank you guys for the outfit compliment. That's how some people can perceive that, and that's how some people took it. And so, but they didn't know that I was practicing something for myself on a spiritual micro level so that I can move through this block in my mind, right? And move through it on an energetic level. And so me announcing that was me pushing through. Me announcing that was opening up myself to greater abundance, opening up myself greater to hold more, right? But y'all wouldn't have known that because I didn't say anything. But I said something now, and I'm saying this now because I want to show my selfish babes, like, when it comes to spirituality and when it comes to spiritual self-love practice, like the action that I did, right, the practice that I did to prove to myself that I can hold more, it doesn't have to look like whatever you think spirituality is in your head, right? It doesn't have to look like I'm sitting here chanting Om. Not saying that I don't do my mantras, because I do, but it doesn't have to look that way, right? I could have came and sat in front of you all in lingerie, and that would still be deemed spiritual. Just because I'm not dressed in like all white or whatever, or you're not dressed in all white, doesn't mean that it's not spiritual. And so I was just saying this to teach my selfish babes that these little changes that we make within ourselves, these little changes that help to shift our energy, help to shift our subconscious and conscious thinking and our beingness, that is all spiritual. That is all energy moving, things that you're releasing, things that you're receiving for yourself. And in order to continue to elevate yourself, right, in this lifetime, and maybe even embody being the selfish babe in your own life, those little changes really add up to a lot. And so I was really proud of myself for being able to announce, hey, I spent $20,000 on my most recent birthday trip to Costa Rica. And that was a trip to show myself of like, hey, I'm thanking me. I'm showing up for me. That was my gift. That was my gift to myself. Yes, I invited other people to be there and experience that with me because that was part of my gift. But my gift to myself was treating myself in that way. Why? Why am I treating myself in that way? And I do have the means financially, but why am I doing that? I'm doing that to prove to myself that, hey, I really love myself, that I take care of myself, that I'm willing to spend on myself, that I'm willing to receive, be pampered, and be served, because I love to be served, right? That's really important to me as a selfish babe. And so for me, I was proud of myself. I was proud that I was able to do that. And so I'm just saying, selfish babes, like the little changes that you make that can be considered spiritual to you is a lot, right? Saying the affirmations and even reading the affirmations, when back in the day you may have never even known what an affirmation was. You may have never even known what it was to really speak nice to yourself, right? So for me, it's like those subtle changes, they shift the energy in your being, in your mind, and you're able to continue to elevate and elevate and elevate and show up higher for you and show up higher for the rest of the world. That's all I got to say today. It's really quick podcast, but I stated that I spent $20,000 on my birthday trip because I wanted to treat myself, because I love myself dearly, and because I am opening up myself to be able to hold a greater capacity of abundance, right? Continuing to rise to that, knowing that I deserve all of this and more. And so thank you for my Selfish Babes for joining. I love you guys. If you are not subscribed to the Selfish Babes Selfish Talk podcast, please do. We're usually a top 200 self-improvement podcast. And again, for any of my Selfish Babes that are interested in my Selfish as Fuck program that is starting April 1st, basically what I'm doing in that program is teaching you how to embody being the selfish babe in your own life through the spiritual self-love practices that I have been able to use. I'm teaching you this. I'm teaching you how to pray for yourself, how to tap into your pussy power, how to make spiritual baths, to cleanse, to release, to attract, etc. And so if you're a selfish babe that is interested and think that program is for you, just DM me at Selfish Babes Spiritual Self-Love and let me know why you want to join the program. It starts April 1st and it is invitation only as of right now. But I just wanted to say I love you guys so much. I'm going to read your comments right now, then I'm going to log off. Hello, Simply Tanikia. Hello, Lizzie Marie, the Crown Adjuster. I see you saying Ashe. Hello, Anna Java Kush. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, it's okay. Hi, Queen. I love you. Hi, Lacey Lisa. Hi, Briosha. Hi, I am Shirley. Oh, thank you. Hello, Glowing Golden. Ashe. Hello, the Ultimate Rebel. Love and light. I love you guys. I'm affirming you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and I will talk to you another time. Bye. Olanikee Osibowale signing out. Now, how do you end the live? Because now I don't see the end button. I hope this saves, though. Okay.